So the second phase, we're going to be chasing after him here, and it's not too hard, so long as he doesn't spawn too many extra friends to chase us. Those are extremely annoying, and it's also complete RNG. Yeah, there's one right there.
Ideally, we want them to spawn on the bottom.
What up, chat?
Unfortunately,
we've got games done quick over here,
quite a few,
and I'm on their page right now. Like, this is me being able to interact.
That's the best
I already subscribed to them as well. The charity is always worth supporting. They've got a lot of great prizes. I want you guys to all check it out, but let's talk about it. It's a great speed run.
It's a rock of some sort. It's gonna tell me in a second, and I'm gonna.
It really is.
And say it then. The Stone of Creation. There we go. I'm so knowledgeable at the game.
I need to go grab water, chat. We'll be right back. Water.
Green platforms that you can kind of see up at the top here. Whenever we're on them, we'll get like an unlimited length of jump, which is useful for getting us to the next section. Unfortunately, the game doesn't like add a whole bunch of optional ones in, so it's more of just a key opening up new areas. Oop, you missed. So we're done with the Village of Artists. We're kind of just like leaving now. I didn't really mention about the death earlier, but this game has a very similar to kind of Dark Souls mechanic where if you collect your dead body, you'll get all of your currency back. So we get all of our salt back right there. And that's just kind of like how a lot of the early game routing is. It's just trying to optimize how much salt we get. We do have another short moment here for a donation, if you would like to read one off.
Yeah, fantastic. $25 from Brian149 says, I love Dundada. This game is so wild normally. Can't wait to see what the speedrun looks like. Hope it does not disappoint. Thank you so much. We've also received... Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
We've also received $1,500 from Cold Candor. They say it's too hot for witty comments. It's cool. Thank you for the generous donation.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, you guys' donations are absolutely amazing. I always like to thank, you know, all of you beautiful chatters out there for donating to a great cause. That being said, though, I have now picked up the first and only weapon upgrade we'll be getting in the game. Every weapon upgrade is simply put amazing. It just makes the game basically easier to play. We don't need to do as much damage to kill stuff. We don't have to dodge as much before something dies, basically. The problem is that everyone except that one is extremely out of the way to get, so that's the only one we'll be grabbing. And we're gonna be heading towards my favorite area, like aesthetically. I really love the next area when we get to it. It's called the Remembrance Library. We're picking up 4 hearts on the way. Did we get all 4 of them? Yeah, we did. Okay. Sometimes you're short on salt there, and by sometimes I mean like one run out of any run I've ever done in this game has been short in salt, but it was so extremely awkward I ended the run, so yeah.
Yeah, getting the salt early is going to be important for the hearts. We're going to need 9 hearts for a skip that we're going to be doing later, so.
Like, what are you doing? Come on!
When this, like, I guess,
hello, how are you?
Been out for a couple years. But when the game first came out,
but yeah, chat, what's going on? We got it up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we are day...
You know, we need the salt from this fight. And then it was just like, wait a second, you know. Someone like did the math and they're like, okay, we can just grab this salt here. And we were like, did you do the math? And like, yeah, I did the math. I was like, whoa, crazy. Someone did math. That's amazing.
They did the math.
Excuse me. I know, right? Like,
Day 6 of 365.
Tells me to time something. I'm like, what? That involves a timer. I just pressed the button that says start and stop. So yeah, the salt routing has really developed a lot over the past year, to such a degree that I think there's only like 1 or 2 upgrades that are basically we get just because they're convenient. But everything else before it is 100% needed to do some sort of skip of some sort.
There we go, there we go, yay,
I also might have wondered why we
yay.
didn't stop at that camp earlier. We're gonna not stop at that camp because we want to go back to the one we...
I didn't even know they were gonna
earlier.
hold games done quick, guys.
We're gonna be death abusing it a few times. So
So Games Done Quick is a major speedrunning event. They seem to take place majorly twice a year, once at the very beginning, so Games Done Quick January, and then Summer Games Done Quick, which that's this currently. They had to push back their physical location due to COVID and the pandemic, so now it's all online. This is probably the coolest thing, where we're actually seeing these broadcasters at home, in their homes, their locations, or just purely playing on their own PC, through to the, I guess, the main broadcast.
Next, like, critical upgrade, there's gonna be...
It's all about running games fast and donating. This is Medicine Sans Frontiers.
This would be another good time to read it off.
Perfect. We got Luke coming in with $25.
Benefiting Doctors Without Borders.
A game I love since I first played it at PAX. Thank you so much. We've also got Croella with $25 saying, let's get Ori on that list. Love you all. And everyone, you are almost ready to see Ori tonight. We have less than $1,700 left. Come on, people. Let's take it home.
I believe we can do it. Let's go.
Yeah, Ori's
major donation incentives, all sorts of collectibles, even donating $20 in, get you in for all sorts of crazy prizes. Not to me. Go to Games Done Quick on Twitch TV.
It does 3 damage.
Yeah.
Everything else does 1, so not too much to worry about there.
Again, the Twitch channel, Games Done Quick.
We're going to be picking up the next critical upgrade, which is the... it's another rock or a stone, or... My memory is really good today.
Let's go.
It's a rock, remember. It's a see.
Yeah.
I knew it was a rock.
You said a rock or a stone?
Main menu warp there. The main menu warp is kind of interesting. It takes you straight to the door that you used last. And the reason I do that there is to skip a cutscene. It's Gooby's favorite cutscene, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Gooby. It is too slow.
It breaks my heart.
And then now we could technically leave if we wanted to, but we're not going to. Instead, we're going to go after a completely optional item. But there's a good reason to pick it up. It's a very broken item. It saves, I think, like over 10 minutes in the run, and this is like a 30-minute run. I think my PB is a 29:06, so that's a pretty sizable chunk of time from just one upgrade. So there's going to be a little bit of backtracking in through some of these old rooms. So if you have another donation,
yeah, sounds great. Yeah.
Don't mind me, chat. We are hanging out.
They say love
want to
watching
chit chat with you guys, you gals.
So masterfully. Keep up the amazing work, raising money for Doctors Without Borders, and looking forward to the rest
enjoy
of
the games.
Hey, thanks.
Meanwhile, I am playing BDO on my side monitor here.
Just some sloped spinning carnival wheels here. I don't know what to call them. But we'll be getting into a room down here. There's just going to be these kind of like slow sand traps. Their hitboxes actually show up really late, so you can get past them really easily. Another tower enemy that we've seen before, and really that's just all this room is. We're going to have another room coming up right ahead that has more of those sand traps that I mentioned. And the third one, I can possibly skip it, where I can get hit and lose half a second. And as you can tell, I have a lot of honor and pride, and hopefully I'll get it, but I might get hit, so... Oh, I did it. That's amazing.
Kept the pride.
Yes, the pride is still here. So this is the memory shaft. This is another sub-weapon. This is the only optional sub-weapon, like I mentioned earlier, that we're going to get. It's super broken, but it's also not useful for the next, like, 5 minutes. So we'll talk about that when we actually start using it. And what we did there is we used a death warp to go all the way back to a camp that we were at, like, several minutes ago, like 8 minutes ago. 7 minutes ago, actually. And the reason for this is because that large circular room that we had passed through going into Remembrance Desert, that actually has the second boss in it. And I don't like doing that boss. It's very long, very slow. It's not painful, but it is annoying. So it's nice to get past that without having to do it. I'm going to be looking at a camp in this room. That doesn't sound very useful, but trust me, it's useful. And these 2 turrets are going to be chasing me through the next few rooms. The one that shoots eggs only does 2 damage, but the one that shoots a laser, it does 4 damage. And it's very painful, but it's mostly painful to the pride, not really the actual hearts.
Yeah, the lasers are really slow, so, I mean, Polecat's got excellent movement here, going really fast, so it's pretty unlikely the laser will hit him.
Whew.
So we're heading towards a room where we mentioned we'd talk about quick spins, but we actually haven't done it yet. But the room after this one is honestly the best moment to talk about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto a small platform, and hopefully I'm going to shoot a missile fast enough so that I can skip some laser cycles here. I am hitting all the little things today.
Nice.
I'm surprised at myself.
Yo, that room is quite tough. That's much tougher than it looks there.
Yeah, the rooms rotate, and that also rotates your controls too. So it's something you always have to keep in mind doing a run of Dandara.
Now the bird. Yeah, you can kind of see that the bird he likes to jump out about. Wow.
Amazing.
Whoa.
I don't think I've had a fight that good in a long time. So that bird, I consider him a jerk just because he likes to sit in the wall, and you can't hit him while he's in the wall. And your bullets will die if they touch the wall. So he just kind of decides to be stupid all the time. There though, he was really nice. One thing that we haven't mentioned is that each bullet I have actually does its own individual damage. So if I hit him with only 1 bullet, it's going to take forever every time I hit him. So you need to hit him pretty cleanly a lot.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. That was so good.
I don't think I've ever done that fight that well. I guess fun facts about that fight is he's changed multiple times. In like the first edition of that guy, he just kind of stood in place and you could shoot him a whole bunch at the start. And then he was really easy. And then they decided he should move to the side, like to the left and right a lot. And then I was like, okay, this is a little more annoying. And then they decided that he should attack more frequently. And now he's become just like, he's a menace now. There's even more of them like later on, but luckily we'll be not seeing those because of various reasons. So this is a very short section. A lot of the like other sections are just kind of like really long pieces of gameplay to get to like one area. This one's a very short piece of gameplay to get to one area, and then we're done with it. And then we'll just be kind of going on to like all the really silly skips and stuff. And yep, that's all I needed to do was look at that camp. That camp has been looked at. And we'll be making our way over here just for a couple upgrades. We simply put, in terms of upgrades, are very like squeezed for like where salt is at and how much it has. And this room is very conveniently only 2 rooms away and has like 3k salt in it.
This is insane.
That also was not the intended way to grab that chest. You're supposed to use like a missile on that like top part of that room, and it reveals a hidden path. I want to say that for prosperity in case someone like watches this and they're like, oh, how do I get that chest correctly? It's like, no, that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Give a tip to anyone who wants to play this game. And if you do want to play this game, it's on quite a few platforms, pretty much all modern gen platforms and mobile. So I would recommend checking it out.
It is literally on everything. It is on PC, it is on X1, PS4, Switch, and your phone. So there is no reason not to check this game out, in my opinion.
It's a nice bridge.
It's definitely unique. And a lot of people do like to ask, if the other control schemes for it are good. And they've updated like the control scheme I hated, so I will easily say that every control scheme for this game is good. And there even was like free content that came out, so it is definitely a game worth checking out. So what I did there was bridge skip. I didn't really mention it that much because it's a very easy to do skip, but now I'm going to go into a very difficult skip. If I get this first try, I'll donate $10, but I will also donate $5 for every time I fail it. Do you want to go ahead and describe it there, Goob?
Yeah, so this clip is kind of equivalent to the Zebetite skip in Super Metroid. Essentially, you're kind of trying to take damage here, and from that damage, kind of push yourself through this wall. This is a frame-perfect trick and is quite difficult. Like, this will almost always take quite a few tries to do. Sometimes you can even get it, and oh, there we go, nice!
Yeah, that was okay. There definitely is a level of excitement in myself, though. whenever I get it first trying to run, it's just like, oh my god, I'm actually good at video games for once, Mom.
Mom, get the camera.
Mom, look. So we're going to be grabbing 2 upgrades, so I'm going to pretty much just say this is probably the last good chance to get a donation read in if you would like to.
Yeah, fantastic. We have Marcus, who's super impressed by what he's seeing with his $100 donation. He says, bouncing around at the speed of sound. Thank you, Marcus.
That's great.
Is he got places to go? Gotta follow the rainbow?
I like the puns, guys.
So we got 2
The
energy
puns for
upgrades
these
there.
kinds of games
I'm
is
not
just
going
too
to
great.
describe why just yet. We need at least 1, but 2 is probably the fastest for the final boss, so I grabbed 2. I could grab a potion 1 if I wanted safety, but safety's lame. And we're going to be going up against our turret friends from earlier. You know, I was not very happy being shot at. It displeases me, so I'm going to get at least some quick revenge on them.
Gotta get your revenge.
Exactly. So the strategy for this fight is we're just gonna like try to bounce around and get them to aim offset so that I can get free shots in. Of course, if I play bad, I'm just gonna get hit a lot like this.
And you're also getting some rough patterns.
Yeah, I just missed a lot of early shots that I could have gotten. It's probably the big problem I made.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to take a death here. It was important that I take a death there too instead of like going on. I can't do my skips without at least full health, so that's a little bit of a problem. But I also made sure I made that death warp early because the game tries to play a cutscene of that door opening, and I don't care to see that. So I'm going into lock skips now. This is like a form of damage boosting into weapon clipping. Do you want to describe? Do you know how this one works here, Goob?
Yeah, so what you're going to be doing is Polecats is going to be clipping his weapon into the wall. You might have seen it there just briefly. You'll see that his weapon will clip into the wall and hit that that little switch. And you can see now Polecats has 400 salt when normally you're supposed to have 0. So it's going to be doing it again over here. So watch carefully that the switch is going to be hit there as he's taking a death.
Yeah, I technically don't need to take the death, but there is an advantage in that I get all my energy and hearts back. And since my potions only restore 2 hearts, I can't do another skip again, so it's just more beneficial to just go, okay, you know, just send me back to the camp. And before this was like a thing, like this section was easily like the death of just so many runs, because all these sections where you get behind these locks to break them is extremely slow. So it's kind of nice to just have something that goes, you know what? No, I'm not doing that.
It's always nice when you find something that skips a run killer in a speed run.
Exactly. We have one last lock clip here, and then we'll be getting on to hitting the switch for the final boss. The switch is nothing special. It's literally just on the other side of a door. So we'll be getting one last upgrade at the final camp as well. There's pretty much just like this little bit left before the final fight. And to describe, do you want to describe the first phase of the final fight? 'Cause I think you had a fun name for him.
Oh, jeez. What was my name for him again? I'm blanking right now.
Are you blanking right now?
I'm blanking.
You said he was a giant iPad.
Oh, that was the giant iPad from yesterday. You'll see why.
So yeah, to describe the first phase, he has only really 3 attacks. But one of them is that he's always kind of like coming at you slowly while shooting projectiles. If he gets between you and the wall, you just get crushed and you die instantly, and that's a bit of a run under to die instantly. So oops,
Yeah.
that happens. He also has like little mini versions of himself that go along the walls. And then he has like, yeah, that's pretty much just like the attacks. There's also like one where he like rushes straight at you to attack, and that's the one I want to see. That one gets him really easily out of the way, so I can get a lot of free shots in. But he usually doesn't do that very often, so I just take what I get.
Here we go. So this is our final fight. There's going to be 2 phases to this fight. This is the evil iPad.
You okay, babe?
So ideally, we want him to kind of slam into a wall, because that's a pretty laggy... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he was very cooperative there. Ooh, that one was pretty smart of him, actually.
Okay, yeah, that went really solidly.
That's first phase. So second phase has a ton of attacks. I think we can just describe them as they come. I think that's the easiest way to work with them, because there's so many that we probably will not actually see some of them if we do this fight fast, that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're 2 masks. This is probably his most basic attack. These die in 3 shots. They're not too much of a problem.
Yeah, these ones are pretty good to get for the most part. We just don't want to see eggs, mostly. They just rapid fire and they're hard to dodge, so...
Yeah, they also are a very quick attack, so like I don't get many shots in after I get out of the way of eggs.
We got our mouse cursor right now.
Yeah, mouse cursors are also not that bad to see. I'm taking a lot of hits though very early on, which is not going to be easy for me to work with.
There's some
There
eggs.
is eggs.
Welcome to the farmer's market.
No! Make it stop. Oh
Jeez.
my
Oh no.
That's great.
Oh, then I got a bad angle too, and I jumped right into him. That's not good. Oof. Okay, that's my bad. I made that jump too early. I was trying to get away out of the mask.
There's a lot of...
That can just happen on that fight. That was more me just playing bad, but there's times where that fight just becomes so much stuff on the screen. It's just like, where do I go?
Yeah,
What do I do?
That fight is brutal. I mean, I remember you telling me, like, when you're first learning this game, just hours and hours just poured into that final phase.
Yeah, my first, like, I guess, like, mock run, I
Thank
can
you,
say,
baby.
I spent 4 hours, and, like, 3 of those hours were spent on this fight, and I never got past it, and I had to, like, stop it. I was just like, no, this is not working.
So you've gotten a bit better since then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Another nice slam into the wall. Oh, another one. And another one.
Yeah, he can do up to 3 in a row. Oh, goodness. Just sniping me.
Alright.
Not as good as position last time. I took more damage, but it should still be okay.
Yeah.
Feel free,
It
chat.
would be rather awkward down
Ask
to the
questions.
bus
Let me know
twice.
what's going
One's
on
like,
with you
okay,
guys.
Yeah, sure, you know, just silly mistake, or you weren't ready for it. But 2 is like, okay, I'm just playing bad.
So far, just
So mouse cursors, not too bad to deal with. Like mentioned before, very easy to kind of just dodge around their patterns. More mouse cursors, interesting. Okay.
Ooh.
I was not ready for that one to show up right there. So that laser, it's pretty easy to dodge, but it does like 5 hearts of damage. It hurts. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5, but it is not fun to get hit by. Oh no, now there's eggs.
Farmer's market again.
Looks like we're okay though. Yeah, we got through it.
Awesome.
Lasers did most of the work at the end there. That's the nice thing about grabbing lasers. It lets you get past some of the harder phases of them. Time is not now. It's going to be after the credits end. And then it, like, once the game shows the time, that's when time is at. But yeah, you know, it's been a lot of fun being here with GDQ. I know it was a pretty short run, but you know, short.
That was fast. That was only 35 minutes.
If you look
Wow.
closely here, you'll see polecats in the credits here. So if you look very closely for it.
Should I like slow down? Like, oh,
There we go. Yep.
But yeah, I've been Polecats. You can check me out on my stream, and my co-commentator is he's Gooby. He is with Midwest Speed Fest. If you'd like to check them out, I don't think I have anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add, Gibby?
I just want to thank you for letting me couch this. I had a lot of fun, and just keep donating to the cause. And
did you actually pull a couch out?
I just have it off his chair.
I'm gonna need an image of a couch later, buddy.
Oh no.
I'm holding you to this.
I'll send you an image of a couch.
All right, thank you. But yeah, that's been it from us. So I'd like to hand it back off to the donation reel, of course.
Hey, thank you so much, Polecats, for that amazing run. Or should I say, obrigado. And also thanks to Gooby for that awesome commentary. We got one more donation here. Failed uplink sends $5 and says, Dandara is a fantastic game. Here's a few more for Ori. Thank you very much. And we're going to be throwing it over to a quick Twitch ad. Don't worry, we will be right back.
That's Mega Man 5 Game Boy? Wow. That's pretty good. Wow. Just out here farming Desert Nagas, boys. Rock 2 Seeds of Evil. Good game.
Welcome back, everybody, to Summer Games Done Quick 2020.
What up, guys,
Online,
gals?
by Twitch, raising money in support of Médecins Sans Frontières. Let me tell you that the Ori donation train has almost pulled in. We are less than, let's see. Oh, we're less than $100 away. We're gonna get it. Come on, it's gonna take us over the top. Sitzil with $5 says Ori Train. Cyrus Board with $5 says Ori Train. Alex R with $50 says I'm super excited for the Portal runs. Good luck to all the runners. Okay, that was a combo breaker, but we do have Portal coming up. I'm super hyped for it. You can obviously tell. And yeah, I'm gonna get you guys psyched for them too pretty quickly.
My American Pie.
And everyone, the Ori hype train has pulled into the station. We have unlocked the Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp speedrun later tonight. Siginar, you better get ready to put on a sick run. Everybody wants to see it. Thank you so much for raising the $35,000 for MSF to meet that incentive. You guys are amazing. A little more celebration. $100 from C. Sunning says, I know we don't have a big crowd for this YouTube, but can we get a hype in chat? We need to get that. We are moving mountains here tonight, people. We're killing these incentives. Thank you so much, everybody. Man, the generosity is so real tonight. Thank you. Also, hey chat, got some more great news. Everybody's getting cake. All right. Okay, I'm gonna fess up. I lied about the cake. But what I do have for all of you are speedruns of both the Portal games in the Portal series. We're gonna be starting off with first Portal. Shiz Al is here. He's gonna be bringing y'all a glitchless run. That's right. You're not gonna see any save load abuses. You're not gonna see any wall warps. You're just gonna see pure Portal pandemonium. So don't panic. It's coming up in just a little bit, so please
Nice, pure
around.
Portal pandemonium. I wanted to say like pantomime, but that was not the word.
Already coming in, already real. We got $1,000 from Orin956. Says big thanks to all the runners, commentators, and everyone else working behind the scenes to make this
What
event
movie
possible.
you
Thank you
watching?
so much.
We are watching Games Done Quick.
Oh boy, how am I going to try to do this name?
What?
Yeah, Games Done Quick is going right now. They had to reschedule from June, and it's happening. They're getting ready to go through Portal 1 and 2 glitchless. I think that's what's about to happen.
Don't worry.
So there's no save loading abuse. I'm actually really excited to see it. I actually stumbled upon it yesterday and was like, oh my god, after the stream.
Says simply,
so I've been like binging this after I went to the doctor's this morning. I can't quit. It's a lot of it's fun to see a lot of games broken. I did see some really cool ones today. They looked amazing, but they were speedran in like 20 minutes because they were that short, with a lot of out of bounds.
Neko Kaneko-san with $50, offering some forgiveness. They say the
Plus, I
cake may
can't
be a
complain
lie, but
too
these
much. I
games
mean,
are a triumph. It's here in my notes. Huge
like seeing some
success.
awesome games
Thank you so much.
destroyed
They're in my notes too.
for charity. Why not? You know,
What's the charity?
it's benefiting Doctors Without Borders.
Oh, okay.
This is the one where they raise the millions and millions of dollars. Oh shit, so someone else is actually farming. Rip. Okay. I've been playing, I'm actually playing BDO because of the event stuff that's in the game right now.
$25 from Chase.
I have to farm, I think,
Portal Haiku.
once
Orange.
for 1,000
Boots.
enemies,
There
but
are some
I could
turrets and
totally be
gaps.
wrong.
The cake is a lie. Keep calm and
Oh.
experiment fast. Hey, thank you so much.
You go back to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, kinda.
I want to thank another one of our sponsors, Fangamer, a video game merch company with new SGDQ merchandise available now, including a face
We've
mask,
got a Helion,
limited
like a
edition
link
pen, a pullover
shield
hoodie, and
up
more.
for grabs
100%
at
of profits from
$200
GDQ
of
sales support
cumulative
MSF's humanitarian
donations.
mission. Also, Stardew Valley's Collector's Edition is now available for pre-order. You can check them out at fangamer.com/GDQ. Hey, thanks, Fangamer. I'm so hyped for those virtual attendee badges. They say badge checks aren't a thing for this GDQ, but I feel like I need to be ready. Of course I have it. Also, if enough badges are sold at the top tier level, they all get a shiny foil upgrade. Everybody loves a shiny, so go check it out at fangamer.com/GDQ. And now, it's interview time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to SGDQ 2020 Online. I am Kung Fu Fruit Cup. I am joined here with Karen Stewart, who is a humanitarian aid mental
I can't
health
believe
specialist
BDO,
with
somebody
Doctors
put
Without Borders,
GPU.
or MSF. How are you doing
Girthy
today, Karen?
processing unit.
I'm doing great. Thank you for all of this. It's amazing work.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, it's amazing.
How was work?
I agree. It's an
Or wait,
amazing
you go
event.
back tomorrow.
Feels wonderful to be a part of, and we're so
Right.
happy to talk with you today about some of the work
You're what,
that you're
Tuesday
doing
through
with
Saturday?
MSF and a lot of your background and history, especially
That's
in the
not
mental
bad.
health, category. I think it's really, really awesome. Like, thank you for doing that kind of work. So I have heard that you've been doing this for over 25 years. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Wow, that's a really, really long time. Would you say that there's a specific focus within mental health that you tend to lean on?
Well, you know, I started in like substance abuse, addiction, right, in my own recovery, and then kind of moved towards mental health and got broader, dealing with, just general mental health.
Yeah, well, okay, so then how
Man,
did
that
come
lady's
about
got
for
like
you?
a
What
bird
got
or
you
a
into the
cat or
field
something.
and
I can
brought you
hear
to
it.
MSF?
Well, I had worked in the field for about 15 years in the U.S. I'd worked in hospitals and residential and, again, substance abuse and a lot of
What the
different
fuck
areas.
is that? I
But
can
then,
hear it.
Actually, I had a significant loss in my family. My sister, my only sibling, took
Her
her
name
own
is
life.
Karen, though.
I'm really
I can
sorry.
just,
really
I can hear
just
some
twisted my world, for like
in the mic.
a year. And when I came out of that, I really realized, okay, what do I really want to be doing? And that's when I was like, oh, you know what? I had this dream to be a humanitarian aid worker. I'm going to go do that. So that's kind of what got the final jump from working mental health in the US and getting my master's degree and all of that to actually, applying for MSF and going out.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times in life, having
Got
that kind
some
of personal
dads
connection
coming
with some kind of
in.
disability or mental health, you
You
know,
got what?
all of that thing, like, you know, people
Yeah,
who
check your chat.
have siblings or
Yo,
parents or relatives or
Dabby
friends
Dab,
that go
Dabby
through
Dabby
all kinds of
Dab.
crises or like, you know, cancer, anything like
Fucking
that, it tends to lean them in the direction of
Dab.
wanting to help more or even working in the field. So I completely understand that passion for you. And again, very sorry for your
Fucking
loss,
dabs
but
are just coming in.
I mean,
Damn it.
it's
How you doing,
great that
Vebs?
you are working really hard to help others going through something that could be similar to that. So thank you.
I'm out here farming in BDO while we go through and enjoy
I was wondering if you had any kind
Games
of
Done
memorable
Quick, because it's apparently
memorable
running.
experiences
I thought I missed it
working
this
with
year.
MSF, like any specific instances of things that have happened surrounding you.
Is it like
or
a
your
24-hour
line of
thing?
work?
It goes on for 7
One of the
solid
things that really
days.
stuck out for me
24
was I
hours
think about
straight.
all my
Yeah.
experience, my education, I have a master's degree.
So
I've done all this
today's
work.
like the third
And
day.
when I went to work with MSF, I just assumed, okay,
And
I'll
you
bring
can
all
go to
of this
Games Done
do.
Quick on
But I
Twitch.
think that what it
Go to
taught
their
me is
schedule.
actually it's a simple.
GDQ is great.
It's that just being present with a person, active listening, reflecting feelings. I mean, it really took me back to basics. And I'll give you an example. This one always sticks with me. So this is Indonesia on the island of Java near Yogyakarta. And it had been an earthquake. And we were coming in with a mental health team.
I was
to
saying,
these 3
Games
days
Done
of
Quick. It's
kind
on
of just
Twitch. all one
education
word,
and really support
games
people
done
who have
quick.
suffered from this disaster.
Basically,
And when
it's
we
really
arrived,
nice.
there was a woman who ran up to me and said, "Can you please come and see my sister? She's been sitting under a tree for like 5 days, not eating, not speaking to anybody, just shaking back and forth. Please come help." So I go with a counselor over to help her. And I'm telling you, within like 10 minutes, I just asked her what's going on. And she says to me, "I'm going crazy. I'm absolutely losing my mind because I won't go back into my house." And I look at her house and it's demolished. And I'm like, "I'm not going back in your house."
Yeah.
That is a very rational, normal thing to, I mean, I just normalized it, right? I validated for her, you are not going crazy. You are responding normally. And that was all it took. I'm serious. She stood up, perked up, looked around, said thank you, and walked away.
Wow.
And I've always remembered that as, okay, sometimes you just need to just show up for somebody, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy.
That validation, I like using that term too when I am in a position of wanting to help or offer advice or anything. And of course, I'm not qualified like in your field, but that's definitely something.
Shoot,
that's
Vebsify,
really,
have you
really
seen
cool to me.
anything,
To really
or
make
do you see
people feel
anything in the
heard and
schedule you're
feel
excited to
validated,
like watch?
to really make people feel understood. So
I'm
I think
always
that's
excited
wonderful. I think
for
that's
the Portal
I don't know how I
games,
would process something like that either. Maybe I would also sit
because
under a
there's
tree
always
for
some
5
kind of new
days.
twist on the run.
Crazy.
Let me even drop the
So
volume.
in terms of
Like, I'm always excited about the Portal runs because they're always doing some kind of run. That's like, oh my god, someone's actually bringing that to GDQ. You know how hard that is? Like a glitchless run. I just put it on before I sleep. Great background noise. It is great. It is good background noise. I actually, because of it being on, it's not coming off my computer all week. I'm probably going to be streaming like this when I get home, as long as it's games of interest. But I basically want everyone to know about it, because I feel like a lot of people come to Twitch or just hear about Twitch, but they don't know what Games Done Quick is. And Games Done Quick is huge. Like, just in the past couple years alone, it's their donation goal has their target goal that they've hit every year has only been like, you know, a few $1 million, but at the end of it, like, they crushed it out. Like, to see the support, it's insane. I'd love to be a part of something like GDQ. I just have to get really, really good at a game. That's it. And I feel like Diablo's kind of there, but at the same time, I am not on the skill level of like some of these speed runs where like they've spent 2 or 3 years playing a game, only come to find out like this person like made the actual run what it is currently. Like, it's insane. You'll find that person who's been speed running the game for insert years. Not like, they just started like 6 months ago. Nah, they've been doing it for like 8 years. They've been playing the same game, fighting the leaderboard, trying to stay #1. Like, that's the kind of people you run into with some of these speed runs, who come in and showcase and have done amazing things for the gaming community in that regard. It's something I'm excited about, especially like when I see one of my favorites, Earthbound, being speed ran, and you see like Ultimois or Andy Perfect up there. Like, those two people alone, Ultimois made the run, and then Andy Perfect came in with a lot of debugging for the very first area in the game. I mean, you know how many hours of testing that is? Like, I don't understand where these people find the time, let alone the patience to be like, hey, we're gonna debug a game today. I don't know if I could do it, as crazy as that sounds. Oh wait, I did it. You say I went the right way. Yeah, I did. All right, let's
vault cutscene.
bring the volume
So
back.
nothing's gonna happen. So first off, if you haven't heard where Portal is, you've probably been living under a rock for the past 13 years. It's one of the most popular and critically acclaimed games, puzzle games rather, for PC. We're going to be running glitchless, which obviously means no glitches allowed. And our main movement is going to be forward bunny hopping, but it's not like the bunny hopping you'll see in a game like Half-Life, for example, where you can gain a bunch of velocity by going left, right. Instead, Valve decided they would patch bunny hopping in this game. And the way they did that was, whenever you're going too fast forwards, the game will give you backwards speed. So essentially, every time I jump forwards and onto the ground, the game will reset my speed. One more quick thing to note. Quick saves and quick loads, I'm able to make quick saves at my own will. And let's say I mess up in a chamber or I die, I am able to load that quick save. So in terms of these first few chambers,
Oh, he's doing
teaches you a very simple
glitchless.
mechanic,
So this
and
game
that
is beaten in
that
19
cubes
minutes.
Can activate buttons, and those buttons open doors.
Ooh.
19
So,
minutes.
Yeah,
chamber 1 coming up, to be honest,
that's his
is not
estimated
going to be a
time.
lot
So
to
like
this
he
chamber.
puts up a time
For
that
one
he's
little fun
comfortable
fact,
knowing he
this
can
is the
beat the
only
game
chamber
in.
the game where you have a portal that rotates.
Yeah.
Because we don't have access to any of the portals. But chamber 1 essentially teaches you that yes, props can go through portals as well. And I guess one more thing to note, because it is a source game, there
Never
will be
played
air
any of the
strafing,
portals.
so I'll be using that to steer myself in midair.
It's really cool.
So as you can see, in between my bunny hops, I'm doing left-right strafes, and that just gives me a little bit of a speed boost as opposed to holding W and jumping forward. So, start of chamber 2, we're gonna have a cutscene going up. So if you have 1 or 2 donations, feel free to read them.
Phenomenal. Fusion sends $10 and says, "Hey Shiz, I'm so hyped to see this Portal glitchless run. You're one of my favorite runners and inspired me to get into Portal speedrunning. Best of luck." We've also got $25 from Morgan. They say always love seeing Portal and Portal 2 speedruns. Burn the companion cube, save the potatoes, eat cake. Thank you.
Burn the potatoes, save the world, and eat cake.
So, ending
That's
up at
great.
this cutscene here, and we are now going to have access to the blue portal gun. Allow us to fire blue portals at our own will. So one little thing to note that I did there, I just did something called a QCE, stands for quick crouch entry. So by crouching and uncrouching on a floor portal, I can basically instantly enter the floor portal, and that's going to be the fastest way I can do that. I won't be using it too often throughout the run, but it's good to know. Chamber 3, really simple, just portal over the gap. Not much said there. So chambers 4 and 5. The game is going to sort of test ourselves a little bit more. It's going to step up the game. And by that I mean now, since it's the first map, we have access to the single portal device. So we're gonna have to start using our brains a little bit more. We're gonna place a portal on this wall to grab the cube through the portal, which is faster than jumping down into the pit and having to grab it manually. So if you thought chamber 4 was crazy, we had to place 1 cube on 1 button. And now we're
He
placing
got
2
his logo
cubes
in the game
on 2 buttons.
using the
advanced
Steam
stuff.
logo fucking program.
But in all seriousness,
Where you like
you can just
advertise
drop these cubes down
logos
onto these
in game.
buttons from a
So
higher
he's got
level.
his name above the elevator.
And we have yet another waiting
when you're
section,
in it.
so you have time for like
You can
1
see it on the
donation or
ceiling
so.
above the entrance.
Alrighty. $250
Yeah,
from Beer Fox
that's
says,
awesome.
"This is a triumph. I'm making a donation. The cake is a lie." Hey, thanks for that haiku.
The cake is a lie. No, it is not.
I love the haiku meme we have going. So chamber 6 will introduce us to the Aperture Science High Energy Pellet. It's more informally known as the Orb. And yes, you can spam the chat with Orb. But we don't like to solve orb puzzles in this run. because they are very, very slow. I'm only actually going to be solving one orb puzzle the entire game. So the way I skipped that one is I placed the portal on the ceiling, I airstrafed into the floor portal, which allowed me to fly right to the end platform. Chamber 7 is the first instance we're going to use momentum through portals, because momentum is preserved through portals. So we're going to place a portal on the ceiling here, fall into the floor one, and place one on the wall so that we fling right to the end of the chamber.
I hit the wrong
Skips
button.
yet another high energy pellet. Chamber 8, you guessed it, yet another orb puzzle. It's slow, it's boring. Thankfully, we can skip right over it.
Weird.
And you'll see why in just a second. I can bunny hop off of this conveniently placed map geometry. There's a little tile sticking out on the wall there. And I can use that to airstrafe right to the elevator. It's really convenient that that's there. I also did a portal peek there for the first time. That's going to be really important for later. Because portals have travel time in this game, I can fire a portal and then walk through a portal next to me, and by the time I'm on the other side, the portal still would have not have landed. So I'm doing another one here to get the portal under the cube. That is a cube not activating the button. I attempted to do a cube throw, and if you don't know how a cube throw works, you throw the cube. Next up, you have chamber 10. This is actually the chamber that introduces you to the
Everybody
concept
hydrate.
that momentum is preserved through portals, but we just did it a little bit earlier.
Orbs,
At the
edgeless
start, I'll be
safety
doing something
cubes.
called a portal stand. So when you're in between, whoops, when you're in between two portals and you fire another portal as you're in between them, when the portal lands, the game will attempt to push you out of the portals you're standing in between. But it's essentially to prevent some sort of cheesing or bypassing some puzzles you're not supposed to, but it fails miserably because you can just hit the opposite movement key to prevent that push. Chamber 11 is where we get access to the dual portal gun. And normally there's an extremely long puzzle. It's like 30 seconds if you know what you're doing. But thanks to a huge oversight, just plop a portal on the wall, jump right through to our portal gun, and now we have access to both portals.
There are people saying they're not big brain enough for this. Oh, damn. Like, this is unbelievable.
From here on out. I start with an
I love
airstrike
these
here,
runs. These runs are always so
skip a
cool.
fling that we normally have to do. A cool little backward strafe here to get some speed, and then hopefully I can nail this cube throw.
Oh, so good.
Very, very
So
nice.
good.
So I did that, 1, for the swag points, 2, it actually
Chat.
saves 4 seconds over jumping down and actually placing the cube on the button.
Pull up Games Done Quick on Twitch. Support them. Go toss them a Prime follow.
So
Or a
13,
regular,
first time, we have access
or a
to
Prime
both portals
sub, or a
right off the bat.
regular follow, a regular
If you liked cube throwing and
sub.
you're gonna see more of it here.
There are also,
Normally,
I guess,
you need to
Hyperscape
use
subs
2
as
cubes
well.
and place them on both buttons. However, you can place 1 cube on one of the buttons and stand on the other, and the door at the end of the chamber is already open, so you can just shoot right to the end. Very, very nice.
Excuse me.
So, chamber 14 is a test chamber, and now I am done with chamber 14.
And we're learning a lot about Portal right now.
Valve knew that you could skip that by using momentum through portals. But instead of patching it, they decided to keep it in order to reward players for sort of thinking outside the box. Not a lot of time to breathe at the start of 15 here. We have an orb cycle we have to reach, which thankfully I got. This is the only orb puzzle we solved in the game, as I mentioned earlier. Little QCE there, gonna airstrafe over this glass pane. Do some portal stands over the goo and fling right to the end.
Like, people are like, oh,
Skip a moving platform over that goo, which is usually really, really slow.
That's what's going on in my brain right now.
Thankfully, I was able to skip over that. Same with the fling at the end. Usually you have to hit these buttons to activate these doors and everything. It's really complicated. But thankfully, we do not have to do any of that.
Harmony.
Chamber 16 is where things get spicy. It's probably my favorite chamber in Glitchless. Really fast-paced, a lot of portal peeking. So I'm actually going to take this time to focus, because there's a lot going on here, and I could die.
Yo, 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 Captain Otters.
Okay, I I got
This is
through there without too much
ridiculous.
incident. A little sloppy, but the good thing is I didn't die, which is really fortunate. Could have been faster. It was pretty sloppy, but we move on. So going on to chamber 17.
He's like,
everybody's
and we
favorite
move
chamber,
on.
because you guessed it, we have the companion cube next to us here. And our companion cube is going to be our best friend, but probably not in the way you think it will. So you probably noticed that a common theme in this run is that we do not like solving the ore puzzles. And it is the exact same case.
Oh,
for
it's
chamber
going
17.
pretty good. I've been very much enjoying
Essentially stack some props
these
in order to skip
runs.
the chamber. We're going to take this camera and we're going to position it in just a fashion so that we can place the cube on top of it and just climb. Oh, accidentally save loaded there. That's unfortunate. I also messed up the trick a bit, but I have my backups. I had to orientate the camera there, a little bit of improv. But thankfully it worked out. A little bit of a fat finger flub.
Things are going good. I saw
I'm really
my
sorry
doc.
that I have to do
I'm
this.
feeling a little
think
better.
the
I saw my
ultimate
doctor
sacrifice.
today. I got referred to
Considering the
another
companion cube, I'm really
specialist
sorry, but
specific
it's for the good of
to
the speedrun. We have to do this.
my psoriasis. So I'll be setting up the appointment with them
Chamber 18,
tomorrow when I get home, or
action-packed. He
during
likes the way
lunch
that
at
we
work.
used props in 17.
And then on Thursday I go to
I'm sure you will
another
enjoy the way
specialist,
we're gonna abuse them in 18 as well.
a GI doctor
Oops.
for my stomach.
What happened there is I didn't shoot my portal on the wall here. Air straight to this. That's how it should have went. We're gonna take this camera from this sort of room with the puzzle and sort of push it against this door here. And what that is going to do is I'm gonna stand on this button, and it's gonna keep the door open here just long enough so I can shoot into this room later into the map. I'm gonna attempt something called reportals here. Got the first one, very nice. And I got the second one, okay. So, if you remember how I said in Chamber 10, that when you're in between two portals and you fire another portal, the game attempts to push you out of the portals you're standing inside of. It's the same concept, except we're stacking our falling velocity on top of that. So I get a boost by placing that portal at just the right time so that when I go through the portal, it gives me that push along with that vertical velocity. So I'm able to skip a couple flings at the end of that chamber by doing reportals. So chamber 19.
So you back to work? Yes, tomorrow.
A lot of portal peeking. It's also very technical. So I am going to have to focus just a little bit on this first part. Shoot through the fan. And then we shoot behind this glass tube here. And the point of doing that is it skips a little exploration section. Because, well, spoilers, but we're essentially escaping from these test chambers. Because GLaDOS, the AI that has been monitoring us throughout the game, has attempted to kill us. And that brings us into the escape maps. Escape 0, Escape 1, and Escape 2. This is Escape 0. Escape 0 is focused on movement and precision. So as you'll see, I'll be doing some portal peeking here at the start. And when I shoot this portal here, I'm actually skipping a trigger that causes these pistons to move. So all these pistons are supposed to be in motion right now. But because I skipped the trigger, there's no cycles that I have to worry about here.
Huh.
Alright, so heading up to EO1. It's home to the world's...
He's about to be done.
The turret flippy skippy
About
trippy
6 more minutes.
swingy,
Oh
wingy,
my
swingy
god.
thingy, I believe.
This
I
is
think that's the full
insane.
name. I hope I didn't butcher that. But essentially that's going to allow us to do. We're going to bring a turret later into the map. By doing
Oh,
these
I
portals here, very nice.
I hope all goes well.
And this turret is going to help us
I
break
agree.
this glass here. Because if you saw that rocket turret right next to me that just popped up the ground, normally that has to lock onto us and break the glass, but it's really slow. And there's a whole nother cube puzzle to get into this vent, but I skipped that as well. Whoops, that sparked. Now we're on Escape 2, last map of the game. So GLaDOS is going to start by trying to ambush us with a bunch of turrets that come out of these hatches here. But if I airstrafe well and just shoot at the end of the catwalk like that, I can get right to the end. Very, very nice. And then I can just portal to GLaDOS' chamber. Awesome. Alright, so There's going to be like a minute of downtime here where GLaDOS is going to talk to us, and then after that we have a boss fight. So you have time for some donations if you'd like.
Excellent. DTL 1 of 1 sends $10 and says, "Unbelievable. You, subject name here, must be the pride of subject hometown here." Thank you so much. The Cat Covenant dude with $5 says, "Excited to see Shizal destroy this Portal speedrun. The entire Portal community is watching. No pressure."
Guys, go to Games Done Quick. Donate to the charity, subscribe to the channel, use your Prime sub if you have nothing else. All proceeds go to helping Doctors Without Borders. It's pretty damn amazing. And we get to see some crushed speedruns.
Says, "Thanks for being awesome, GDQ. Love the Portal games, and I had to donate for my first paycheck after coming back from quarantine. Big shout out to the support crews." Yeah, thank you for your generosity.
That's awesome.
All right, just in time. Here we go. We're starting a GLaDOS fight. And the way this fight works is GLaDOS attempts to launch rockets at you. And you redirect the rockets at her by using portals. And every time you hit her with a rocket, she drops one of her personality cores. You incinerate the personality cores, and it does damage. And you do that 3 times, and the fight is over. So we're just going to fling up to this blue core here as fast as we can. And now we're on the last core here. After I incinerate this, that's going to be time. And time. All right, so that was Portal glitchless. Portal is extremely accessible as a speed game. It's one of the most popular speed games on speedrun.com even. If you want to learn this game, which I highly recommend you do if you liked this run, if you like Portal in general, very easy to get into. We have a very supporting community. We have a Discord you can join that'll help you out. So shout out to the entire Portal community.
The Dark Scarlet HP bar is our bit boss. So through bits, you damage the current boss, and the last one to dish out damage to the boss actually becomes the new bit boss.
1607.
1607 is pretty good. Pretty good real time, definitely. I made some mistakes in like 16, 17, 18, but that's okay. It's a pretty good time. I'm happy with that. So thanks again, everybody. And please tune into the next few runs. Portal 2 is going to be very, very cool. So see you guys.
Thank you very much, Shizal, for that simply ostentatious Portal glitchless run. We got a few more donations for you. Got Hellacious Whiskey with $25 saying, "Portal is one of my favorite games of all time. Let's eat that cake." Yeah, that sounds good. Yum, yum.
My stats say I have 0 viewers.
$25. Their comment reads, "Here's
What's up, baby
a
girl?
donation.
Leave that stuff alone. That's all
Left to
stuff
know
that's going to
here,
be given away.
Huge success. It's hard to
Oh.
overstate my
Harmony, don't break that, please.
satisfaction." Since Ori just got met, let's raise the difficulty.
It's a
of
baby.
Lion King, difficult
It's a
mode
baby
instead.
chair
Keep on
for her to
grooving on
sit
and
and
stay
sleep
safe.
in,
Yeah, keep grooving too, Dan.
and it helps rock her.
I hope there's a late night dance crew
But
between all the Discord parties.
Your
going on
sister's too
tonight.
big for it. You
Gotta
get
keep
out of
going.
it.
Gotta keep it going. We've also got Stan the Lion with a $25 donation. They say, "Had to donate for my favorite series. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction with the fantastic work Doctors Without Borders does. Let's keep donating to a great cause, and maybe there will be cake." We can only hope. Thank you so much. I'm going to be sending you over to a quick words from our Twitch words. We'll be doing a quick Twitch ad. So don't touch that browser tab. We're going to be...
I think I've subbed, so we shouldn't see it. What you doing, Killshot? Hanging out? So chat, all of you new, wondering what this is. This is Games Done Quick. I'd highly suggest checking them out. Really cool stuff. Wait, what? 36-minute estimate for Portal 2. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Wow. Look at the other games coming up. After Portal 2, we got the Talos Principle, we got Superliminal, Hollow Knight, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Gunvolt Chronicles, Luminous Avenger 9. That's really cool, and they're showing you the category types. So like Talos Principle is all sigils, Superliminal is any percent warpless, Hollow Knight's any percent no major glitches race. Oh, that's a race? Hell yeah. Got a race coming up on our hands.
I heard you should put Shroud back.
Huh? Say what? Kill shot? What did you say? Hello?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to SGDQ 2000
Kill shot.
online.
Oh my
powered
god, don't die.
We're going to keep that Portal hype going on with an all-main
You hear me, bro?
Portal 2 co-op campaign performed by AJ from Portal and Bets Runer. It's
Yo.
gonna be an amazing run, highly technical, lots to keep track of, but I can promise all
Adam.
of you, they've both been working hard to have a great run to show you. They're going to push for a great time, and they're going to have a great time, as will you when you watch, because you're going to be seeing it in just a little bit. We have a $50 donation from GLaDOS. GLaDOS says, "This is a message from the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. We wish to encourage you to continue supporting the charity Doctors Without Borders through your generous donations. Doctors Without Borders will surely benefit from your monetary generosity and feelings of goodwill. If you do not wish to donate to Doctors Without Borders, please fill out the Please fill out the provided paper form to opt out. You will be processed, and your paper form will be incinerated. Thank you, and good luck." Thanks, GLaDOS. I'm glad you're still alive.
If you don't donate, you will be processed
Lissy
out
sends us
and your
$5.
form
I
incinerated.
bring a poem
That's
form,
great.
unspoken in the halls of games done quick before this time. Sin Quains. Oh, we got limericks, we got haikus, we got Sin Quains. I think we had some sort of like iambic pentameter.
What are you
I'm
watching,
thinking about doing
Killshot?
that later this week. Spoilers. So I just love
Uh,
all the generosity and all
Angry
the
Joe.
creativity from everybody donating this event. I love all of you. So many poets out there. Rizzy sends us $50. She says, "Making a note here, huge success. Good job. You're the best, my fave bro." Aw.
I know a lot of you guys are like, what the
Rizzy,
hell?
you're my fave bro. Love you, buddy. Thank you.
Feel free to chat. I'm here, chilling and kicking it right alongside you guys. What'd you say about Shroud, though, Killshot? Or just
say
say
about what?
You said something about Shroud, and then, like, you were dying over there.
We have a donation of
Oh,
$5 from Ventus Animus. Says, "Press F to pay
Probably
respects
talking to myself.
to the companion cube."
Talking about Shroud being back.
And we're also going to take you
Yeah,
to
it
an
was
interview with Yellow Killer
On
Bee.
this
Gonna be
stream or
talking with
whatever, he
Azure, the
he
runner
was making this
of the Talos Principle.
thumbnail out for his YouTube video.
Oh.
It has something about Shroud on there.
Thanks so much, Iggy. Yes, I'm Yellow Killer Bee, and thank you all for watching Summer Games Done Quick 2020. I'm here with Azure, who is going to be running the Talos Principle, and he's going to be running the All Sigils category, which, as I understand, is pretty much 100%. So thanks for joining me today, Azure.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So we're kind of coming
This
in
guy
the
has
middle
come
of a
back
Portal
every
block
year
here,
and
I
ran this
understand that
category.
You've run Portal games in the past, but today you're running the Talos Principle. So why don't you start off by saying, how is this run different or similar than the Portal games?
All right. So, so we're just coming off Portal 1 Glitchless, which is a super cool run. I used to run the inbounds category back in about 2014, 2015. And present day, Portal 1 Glitchless is a lot closer to, my inbounds run than the current inbounds run is, which is super crazy with lots of new technology, and that's all fine and good. But around that time, the end of 2014 is when the Talos Principle came out. I really kind of fell in love with that game. So it's on a completely
Why did it
different
creep
engine,
up
so
on
the
you?
Movement tech and everything is very different, but it's still fast.
way
It's based on
later
the
than that.
Sirius engine, which is
Oh, you're like, it's
Sirius.
only 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's only
It's like one of those super fast, snappy.
I know, I got a couple hours myself
Uh,
before I
CGI
fall out.
one-liner
This is
game. So it's cool that
insane.
the developers took a complete 180 and made a nice, ponderous, philosophical puzzle game for us all to chew on, and it's really.
Again, if you guys want to see or hear it all, go to Games Done Quick. I wanted to talk shop and commentary with you guys about games. A lot of you guys have come in, said your 2 cents, and stopped. I'm willing to keep going. I know Killshot here is watching the Angry Joe show, but I'm out here like trying to tell you guys like this is a charity broadcast. Their Twitch channel definitely deserves all the viewership, but for those of you who are new or have never heard of Games Done Quick, I want you to see what it's all about. It's always good, and they've got tons of prizes. Go to their page. Like, look, I'll even show you.
Last time we did the Messenger ending, which is considered the best ending, but this
They
time
have their
we're
click to
going
donate.
Forbidden Tower.
They have their schedule, which this goes on for a whole week.
And everyone has donated for that, so thank you so much. We met that donation.
Like,
so
a
we're
whole
gonna
week.
get to see some cats.
It's the
or
17th
something.
right now,
We'll find
9:14.
out. It's a surprise.
That's true. I'm glad it got met because I'm not. Great
Hollow
at
Knight will be
reading
the
up
end of
stuff
the
like that,
day.
so thankfully, the hosts were able to do that for me.
Gunvolt,
I already got there.
well, bonus game. Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
There you
That's
go. There's a
actually
bit of a
kicking
cat
off
theme with
the
all
bonus
the
game.
That's true. The Cat
incentives,
Castle from
so-
Valley was very cool.
Damn, are you
Hopefully
serious? They
it'll
got
be
Silent
nice.
Hill Homecoming at 6 in the morning.
I'm sure. I mean,
It's all
anytime
bosses,
there's
new
a
game
cat,
plus on the
that's pretty
Xbox
much-
One.
that's a win
Damn.
right there.
I'll literally be at work.
Yeah, for sure. Is
Till-
there other exciting moments? I mean, besides the cat
Dang,
thing, which
till
of course is
basically
the finale, but
Trackmania.
is there other, exciting
Oh,
moments
but
or
look at
other
that. The Legend of
speed tests that we
Zelda
should be watching
Twilight
out for?
Princess HD, any
So
percent.
Talos
It's
is
3.5
more
hours
like a
long.
Smooth ride, I would say,
Ooh.
than some speed games where
I
you
might
have these
sit and
big
watch
flashy
that.
tricks where you do like a kind of one and done thing that skips a large portion of the game. Since I'm getting all of the sigils, I'll still have to at least enter all of the puzzles to get to their endings.
Here's a Sonic
So there's
block.
nothing- While there's nothing incredibly crazy that'll skip a whole bunch,
On the
there's
19th.
a lot of things that will skip a little bit at a time. That adds up. So my first run of this category when the game first came out was over 2.5 hours long. So you can see how far we've come. There are some neat tricks that are, I think, more goofy than,
Alf?
than cool.
Oh,
but,
man.
we want to be looking out for them as we reach the Messenger Garden and World C and so on.
Oh, did they do the bad block yet?
I did watch your run from 3 years ago, and I was impressed by a lot of that tech, even if it might
I
not
wonder if
seem
they've
flashy
come
to
across the
you.
bad
I mean,
block
anytime
yet.
You're like flying through and using items in an
Final
unintended
Fantasy
way, I
VII
always think
Remake,
that's super
7
cool.
hours and
Plus, there's
20
some things
minutes.
with changing the frame rate. Is that still in the run?
What?
Yes. So the game's
Whoa.
physics is tied to frame rate, which I think is a big no-no as far as development is concerned, but it worked out in my favor because by cranking all of the settings.
Where's
down
Super
to
Mario Brothers at and
lowest of the
stuff,
low,
man?
in this game that's
Let's
6
see, the
years
last
old,
day,
you
it's
can get up to
throughout
about
it,
400, 500
but
Is
the
it?
last day,
It's pretty
you've got
loose
Super
on
Smash
that
Bros.
frame rate.
64, Break the Target, all characters
Well, that's
blindfolded
excellent. Well, I know
in
I'm looking forward
64.
to the run,
All
and,
characters
that
in
run is actually
blindfolded.
coming up
Excuse
right
me?
after Portal 2,
12
so,
minutes?
Thank you again so much, Azure,
Wow,
for taking the
okay.
time to sit down and chat with me.
That's the
Really
Target
appreciate
break
you being here.
game.
Thank you very
Then you
much.
have
Good luck to
Super
AJ
Mario
and Vince. We'll
Odyssey.
go up.
Yes, speaking of AJ and bets, Portal 2
I
is
thought
coming up
Smash
next.
Brothers was a
So with
fighting
that, I
game.
will
Yeah,
throw it back to the
Super
host,
Mario
Icky, who is
64.
killing it on the mic,
Uh,
by the way.
or
Take
Super
it away,
Smash
Icky.
Bros. 64. It is, but they have
What
the
did they
few mini
speedrun
games.
through?
They're speedrunning the break the target mini game that's in it, where you have to break the targets, all the targets for the points. In that though, they're doing it with all characters and the player is going to be blindfolded.
Says GL.
I don't know how that's possible, but okay.
Practice, lots of fucking practice.
I guess sounds terrible.
On the 21st, they have a chunk of Mario here as well. Super Mario Bros. Warpless Race at 5 in the evening. Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels.
Since it's $10. Says a recipe haiku. Baking powder's wrong. Use fish-shaped and ethyl benzene.
Super
for the
Mario
perfect cake.
Bros.
That is a deep cut. Thank you
See.
so much for
Yeah,
that
regular
incredible
Super Mario
donation.
Brothers.
Oh,
Mario and
501
Luigi
cake
Paper
would
Jam.
be the most true cake. It really would.
What day is that? The 19th
DK
at
Desano
1:34.
with $100
Virtual
says,
Boy
"Love the game.
Wario
Love to see
Land.
it
Oh
in
my
pro.
god, they're
Looking forward to
breaking out the
cake.
Virtual Boy? Woo!
Hey, thank you
I ain't
so
played
much.
one of them since they
Also,
literally
$20
dropped
from
back in the 90s.
Pluto Fight Mask.
And those
Says,
commercials
"Such a
were
good
brutal.
program.
Like, they were
Great
pretty
watching, and
badass. But, you know, this is also like the times of like Terminator. You know, fucking. It was great.
It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs. There's only one.
It looks massive. It's not.
It needs your eyes.
That lasted a very long.
Virtual Boy. See it now in 3D.
Wait, what? I don't think I saw that commercial. I saw this one.
He had the moves, the punches,
Oh, that
the fire. But there was one thing he would never have. A way out. Virtual Boy presents more challenges inside the third dimension. Mario Tennis, Tunnel Boxer, Red Alarm, Galactic Pinball. Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world. Wanna play?
Yeah, okay, so to be fair, it literally was like this. You had to look into it, and you had the controller, like, at your chin.
Oh yeah.
It was...
It's a waste of money.
I mean, I liked the Mario Tennis.
It was supposed to revolutionize video games. Nintendo promised it would
Went the
transport
ways
game
of
players
the
into a
Sega
virtual
Dreamcast.
utopia with sights and sounds
Or
unlike
Sega Saturn,
anything
something
they've
like that.
ever experienced. Instead, it was a commercial failure and was discontinued in less than a year.
Damn, and I actually
It all began
had
in the
one?
early 90s when a
Whoa,
US
my
company
brother
known
had
as
one?
Reflection Technology was trying to find a buyer for its 3D display technology. 2 separate LED screens would reflect at each individual eye, creating a 3D effect. It wasn't true virtual reality, but it was a good imitation. Initially, they pitched the idea to toy companies, but when no one was interested, they turned to the video game industry. They first went to Sega, who turned them down. Reflection Technology
For a
then
reason.
pitched it to Nintendo, which got Gunpei Yokoi intrigued. There was nothing else like it, and it would take at least a year for competitors to catch up. If you aren't familiar, Gunpei Yokoi was one of Nintendo's most famous engineers. He had been with the company since the 60s and was responsible for 2 major products, the Game & Watch and the Game Boy. It's
The
safe to say
Game &
Nintendo
Watch,
trusted
wow.
him with decision-making when it came to possible new hardware. Said Yokoi, "I wanted to create a new kind of game that was not a video game, so that designers could come up with new ideas." In 1992, Nintendo acquired exclusive worldwide rights to the technology for a price of $5 million. The famous research and development team at
$5
Nintendo
million?
R&D
Holy
set out to
fuck.
create a new system. The team,
And it was
led
a
by Yokoi-
it was a failure. Oh, Jesus. That's bad. I'm done. That's enough of the Virtual Boy.
Like,
Oh, we missed the beginning of the Portal 2.
because those are a lot faster. You're gonna see that
Fuck.
throughout the run. And,
Sorry.
Quickly.
Well, they're kind of just
Jesse
starting.
had a ping. You see, I have retextured mine to be Twitch Prime, and in AJ, yeah, AJ, you can explain what you picked.
Yeah, I was just promoting my Twitch channel. And check out Westward on Steam if you're interested.
Yeah. Anyways, here, coming up super quickly, this is the trick that is a very reset heavy in normal world record attempts. In this calibration course, the first level of the game, you're meant to be separated, but by shooting some portals over, we can get on the same side and clip out of bounds. First try is very nicely done. We're gonna do a long shot to the end of the level, and by setting ourselves up precisely out of bounds over this door, we're gonna try to clip back in bounds, which AJ will do perfectly and land a portal for Bets to follow. Very nicely done, guys. This is very clean. This trick is very, very hard, so props to you guys.
Yeah, you see AJ doing it.
Like, what is that nasty thing? Is that just a skin for his portal gun? That looks sick.
I really did not want to hit the soft lock and have to reset there, especially after that long initial cutscene.
Yep.
There are multiple soft locks there, so if we hit one, we have to play the whole level over again, which is like 45 seconds lost.
All right. So maybe Msushi wants to cover the hub real quick.
Yeah, I also just want to assure you that that gameplay we just saw there is not what we're going to see for the next 30 minutes. It's going to be a lot of really cool ways of thinking with portals. Not quite that out of the box, but here we're in the hub. This is the all main courses category, so we will play all 5 of the main courses. After beating each course, we're sent back to this level, so we'll see it a total of 5 times.
Yeah, and in this first course, you're really going to be seeing a lot of basic movement going on. So that'll give us a lot of time to explain like the minor glitches. Like
How you doing, STF?
And stuff, and the button glitch here, which AJ actually just hit. Daniel, would you like to explain that?
Yeah, sure. The buttons in co-op are a little bit weird. Because of ping, Orange can hop on and off of a button very, very quickly, and sometimes the game just won't register that anybody's gotten off the button, and then you'll just be able to, continue on as if somebody's still standing on the button. It's helpful, but it's only really used once in the run as like a necessity, and we'll see that coming up later.
Yeah, and you'll see it's actually a little bit RNG because anything to do with netcode ends up a little bit RNG.
Yeah.
So we're pretty grateful it's only used once majorly throughout the run.
Yeah, and then most of these chambers are pretty standard, so maybe we'll take some time to explain bunny hopping real quick. If you're familiar with any of the other Source games, like Half-Life 1, for example, you'll know the basics of bunny hopping. We basically just jump when we hit the floor to minimize like the friction and the losing speed that comes from just walking on the floor standardly. So
2 awesome runners. Like, these guys are playing Fall Guys. I'm not playing Fall Guys, STF, because game's done quick.
Control your air movement. So once we hit about
Let me put this in the chat.
in-game speed, we have to be careful.
Because this is currently running. It's a full week of playing games at high speed for charity.
We're rounding a corner, we slow down, or we don't hop immediately. That's not really like losing time. It's just if we keep jumping, we'll fly into the corner and lose all of our speed. And that's obviously not an ideal situation when you're trying to maintain speed throughout a speed.
Yep. And then maybe Msushi wants to cover elevator fades real quick.
Yeah, here you'll see our runners just waiting in front of these elevators. A thing I like to say about Portal 2 is the goal is usually not to beat the level, but it's to get to the end dialogue, as this game doesn't like to send you until the next level, until the ending dialogue is over. So a lot of the times, if you see our runners standing in front of elevators, there's really no way to speed up this cutscene. Sometimes they are able to speed it up with some things that are intuitively slower, but actually end up being faster.
Like there, the players are forced to taunt when they come out of the little starting elevators. So they jump out of the way of each other they still taunt, but they do a much slower taunt than what the game is intending for them to do. So that's how they avoid that. And then right here, you're going to see Bets do something called Q Preserve, where items that you hold, like physics objects, aren't entirely solid while you're holding them. So you can do things like move them under the fizzler, and then they do a little game at the end here where they try and see who's left with the cube at the end of the loading. So it looks like
So
AJ just
the game over AJ 1-0.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's interesting in comparison to single player. There actually are a lot of difference with the kind of the physics engine in co-op. So we'll get into more of that later.
That's
And then
cool.
Coming up on Laser Crusher, AJ's going to be jumping over this gap here, and he's going to be placing a portal down there for Bets Runner. Typically, you would use these platforms that come out of the goo as a part of the puzzle.
Damn, that sounded like it was getting stuck.
So when the goo would normally
It was
duplicate
stuck.
you,
It just
you
can't
can
got
actually
loose.
stand there for a brief amount of time
Oh,
as long as AJ's quick enough with the portal.
it's a terrible feeling when you got a burp and you can't.
Yeah, and here we're coming up on the end of the chapter cutscene, so to speak. Whenever you put the disc in from there, you really can't do anything to affect the time, so we just bunny hop around.
Yep.
And at that time, we'll have some time for donations.
Yeah, one quick thing I want to mention before we go to donations is that there are buttons at the end of these levels that are designed to be hit by 2 players. But quickly, if you're just quick, you can hit both as 1 player. So it's a good time to transition to some quick donations.
Sounds great. I got Adam W. with $20 donation saying, I got to donate for 2 of my favorite games ever. Good luck to the runners, and always remember the cake is a lie. It only costs frames. We've also got $25 from BitDragon. They say, couldn't help but donate during this portal block, or is it a cube? I spent the GDQ watching runs on the couch with my friends, and even though we have to be apart now, GDQ is something I've always been able to enjoy with my friends. Keep the sick runs coming.
All right, thank you so much. Now maybe Sushi wants to describe why we taunt here at the start of Lobby 2.
Yeah, throughout co-op, it's often a running joke that despite being robots, we often get humanized with these human emotions, and it takes time to be human. So we're gonna skip that a lot by just jumping in the air and doing an air taunt. We'll do that a lot throughout the run. Usually when we return to the course, return to the hub for chapters 2 and 3, we'll end up doing a taunt. It looks weird, but it saves time. Yeah, interesting thing to tell AJ, that was actually a 507 course 1, which is
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
On there, we just bunny hopped over a gap using air strafing.
Here is AJ's going to show off the first reportal of the run. In Portal 1, I'm sure you saw Shazal in the last run. You can sort of stand inside of portals in that game and shoot portals while you're standing in it.
Everybody is playing these.
So they sort of push you out when you try and shoot a portal that you're standing in.
That Fall Guys.
So the runners actually abuse that
Yeah.
speed that you get.
It's because they've said there's going to be a tournament with all the major players. So, like, all the big celebrity streamers, YouTubers, actual celebrities, they're all, and then esports teams are going to be taking part in major tournament.
So we can play some more hot potato.
Yeah. Big important part of this.
But they're everyone wants in and everyone wants costumes. If you saw Warframe dropping saying that they'll donate $20,000 to them to get 2 of their Warframe costumes in.
Through the Fizzler,
They have costumes on Fall Guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to earn crowns to buy them, or you can pay real money to have crowns.
It's kind of a weird thing to see.
And then you have the purple currency just for playing the game. But I'm pretty sure people are going to be spending money like Fortnite for all the fucking costumes.
Which is kind of ironic because this will be a
You got 1 win in Fall Guys? Nice. I have 1 crown, but I didn't win. I don't know why I have the 1 crown. I think it was the first one you get.
First try, incredibly nicely done. Nice. And solo.
Or maybe I did win and I just didn't realize it. I fucking celebrated.
Jumping to the S tier actually gives us slower dialogue at the end. So
You know, I won a game in Fortnite yesterday.
By yourself?
By taking a helicopter and just going up and just sitting there for like the whole game.
I believe it.
So as a result, orange has pink. That button glitch can only be performed.
I won with no kills.
Oh, if it's not obvious, blue is the person who invites initially, to the co-op session.
And then maybe AJ wants to describe what Bets is going to do here real quick.
Yep, so I'm going to be.
Who was that? Did
building
somebody
a
just
bunch of
pop in here and
events
go
for
out?
So that Bets can strafe around these pillars
I didn't see anyone.
with a single
I heard somebody say I believe it.
upshoot.
Yeah. It saves a lot.
Yeah, before you'd have to fling up and then
Not
down and
Oh,
up.
me?
Oh, so somebody
Speaking of
came in.
saving time, Daniel, do you want to go into the
Okay.
next chamber?
Yeah, so this is a relatively new route that we've just started using in full game runs. It's the only other major instance of out of bounds in Portal 2 co-op. It involves AJ getting a weird crouch state that sort of disconnects like his view from his actual player hitbox. So he's going to be able to see through this wall and shoot a portal towards the end of the chamber here. Then Betts is going to walk through that portal, strafe over to the right, and then they end up at the end of the chamber. It
Very
saves a
nicely
lot
done,
of time.
boys.
Yeah, that
Good
map
job,
has soft
everybody.
lock potential.
Yep. It's like the
Yeah,
only
if
other.
AJ even
big
shoots
one.
the portal a little bit to the left, then it immediately soft locks and we have to restart level.
Yep. So great job there. And then there's a lot to talk about in multi-fling. So maybe I'll let MSushi take that one away.
Yeah, so really quickly, co-op grabbing physics are really bad. Normally you have to hit a button to activate the cube dropper, but here Betts is going to get it by force and just spam E on that dropper. Now if we go off of Betts screens over to AJ, he's going to shoot a portal on the corner of this grate here. We call that a great shot. Great shot. Really nice accuracy. If you shoot a portal on the corner of graded surfaces, the portal will kind of bump and autocorrect in really weird ways. And that makes this chamber a lot faster. And then bouncing off of AJ, Betts can strafe into the panel and get a scripted momentum boost. When you get into that position on that portable surface, which we get into by doing a player boost, the game thinks you should have speed there, so it just gives it to you. The game sees no possible way for you to get there without having that speed, so it just says, all right, well, I guess you
I'm gonna buy a GoPro and use as my camera.
The next map coming up is a little.
A GoPro, like a 4K.
There's a lot of weird.
Yep.
Developer
GoPro
things
Hero
that have been
4.
left in this
Get it
level,
for like
and it doesn't
$70
quite work as
bucks.
intended. There are two buttons that the
Get
players
one
are
of those
supposed to hit here.
off-brand
You're just
stream.
gonna hit the same one
Oh,
twice.
I know what I need to do right now.
For 'em.
Holy shit.
You're just gonna go for a reportal here.
That's why I felt like
Perform the backup.
it's hot.
Miss the backup. All good. There we go. And then here at the end of the level, there's
Like
there's
64 in my
funny little,
room.
Invisible button that just sort of sits there on the wall that the developers put in there. So, interestingly enough, they'll just go up and press the button that you can't see in the actual game, but it'll just open up the door for them at the end.
I'd like to point out 2-0 up on AJ.
All right, and we're coming up on Industrial Fan. This is the last map of Mass and Velocity, the second course out of 5. Here you're going to see AJ retrieve a cube. This one's actually quite easy. We talked about how you can grab cubes through thin surfaces, and this tube happens to be quite thin. And after passing over that cube to Betts, he will disable the fan so you can go through. Normally, if you played this casually, it's a pain to get your other partner over here to activate these two switches, but AJ, he's so good, he basically counts as 2 people, so.
Yep. And then he's gonna he's just gonna go in here and throw a disc in the
What is
receiver,
the
so it's a great time
point
for
of
some more
this
donations.
fucking game?
Perfect. We have Lego Myth with the $25 donation. Their comment reads, Gabe Johnson here. Bean counters send my donations, make you go right to MSF to make a glorious contribution to medicine. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face. Thank you so much.
Well said.
We've also got $25 from JC178. They say, I knew the cake was a lie, but watching this run is making me question a lot more. I'm pretty sure walls are a lie now. Maybe
They
gravity
sure
too? Be right back. JC, please donate again. Please let us know you're okay. That was a long time ago. Thank you.
We'll be seeing some more false walls later in this run, early in this chapter actually.
Yep. So it's a good time to sort of talk about the third course and what it's based around. So maybe MSushi can take that one away real quick.
Yeah, we're going to course 3. This is the halfway point of our 5 courses. This one's called Hard Light Surfaces. Here we're introduced to the light bridge, and this is one of the cooler features added between Portal and Portal 2. Basically, it's this kind of not even neon blue, but super bright blue bridge here. Basically, it's a floor that travels through portals. Later on, we'll also get it in wall form, but essentially, anywhere we can shoot a portal, we can create a floor, and this becomes incredibly useful, as you'll see here. We use it to bonk our heads and get less height on that fling.
Yep, save some time. Save the frames. And they're gonna strafe to the end of the level here. That's gonna hold this door open for AJ.
I can walk through it.
Yep. All right, and then in the next level, we'll show off another cool mechanic of bridges. It's sort of like a safety net for people playing, but it works out in our favor. If you're sort of halfway through a bridge,
I am back. I'm so glad I got up, turned on the AC, went to the kitchen. My daughter left the fucking freezer open.
Into a position where he can shoot a portal to the end of the map. Really clean there. Done well.
I also want to note that when we talk about trust here, while you might be impressed seeing these 2 screens, it's quite overwhelming. Our 2 runners here are very much practiced in this. I don't want to say for sure that they could do it without talking to each other.
I need to finish
but
watching
they definitely have a lot of these routes and backups
Doom
memorized.
Patrol.
There's not a lot of talking that goes between it, so they can really do it kind of I wouldn't say blindfolded, but blind to each other. They really just have full trust in their partner and what they're going to do.
Yep. And this
yeah, we've done so many runs together at this point that we kind of just know what the other person's going to do.
Yeah. This chamber is just fun to look at. They shoot a lot of players quick, grab things quick, and then they're going to use the bridge that MSushi was talking about earlier to slope themselves off into the ending of the chamber.
This is my favorite solution. It's not even a glitch. It's just really, really clever portal mechanics.
Yep. Really thinking with bridges. I think the only thing really worth mentioning in this next chamber is it's our last oob, like our last out of bounds moment.
Next chamber. One after.
Oh, I'm off. Dude, already.
It's okay.
We started early.
Interesting thing about this chamber, though, you might notice my screen got a little brighter. In this game, we allow a bright a bind that increases brightness for the game because some people have darker monitors, and the trouble of the game is not really seeing the map. So if you're wondering why that discrepancy.
And Betts doesn't need that for himself, but it makes it a lot more easily viewable for the stream. AJ going for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I usually actually don't play.
Route credits Zypa there.
Yeah. AJ hit that flame first try. Yeah, I guess we should shout out route credits. I forgot. I was supposed to mention route credit Kurziao for the calibration Oob route.
Yeah.
I didn't forget Kurzy.
Speaking of Oob, this next chamber, if you're under 18, I'm going to ask you to look away from AJ's screen. This will be the last out of bounds, I promise. Parental supervision advised. It's going to be 2 seconds. It's like getting a shot, just a quick pinch, I swear.
Yep.
All right, breathe in, exhale. All right.
We're done. No more Oob.
Yep.
You're under 18.
And then,
breathe in and exhale.
Set up.
Because they didn't out of bounds for a second.
Fixing. Okay.
Nice,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, he's going to do a little jump strafe in the air, snipe that portal at the end, and they're done with the chamber, just like that.
So we're coming up on one of the most deadly chambers in the entire game. You're gonna see there's it's called turret walls. There's about 100 turrets on the map, and you have to block them with walls to stop yourself from getting shot. And it works out pretty well usually.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool map.
But stairs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stairs. I forgot. Yeah, the stairs in this game are kind of just masses of clip brushes, so they can kind of get in the way. So you might see AJ hit a stair here. There's minimal he could do about it. Oh, he actually does it perfectly.
Clean.
Excellent job, AJ.
Clean jumps from AJ.
Yeah, we talk about how trust matters a lot. In these turret levels, you expect your partner to put those walls up for you. So if they don't, it's actually really funny because you'll just straight up hop into turrets and you'll be like, wait, why am I dying? So there's been a lot of funny moments there.
Yeah.
All right, and then
these guys are
chamber
crushing
all
this
just gonna
game
be
right
about
now.
them taking the life of this poor
18
turret.
minutes left right now, and then they're done.
They're just not even going to need a bridge to block him. They're just going to
a game that's supposed to take a few hours
down the level, take out this turret.
Few hours of friendship and trust.
Yeah, this level just features a lot of really good bunny hopping, skipping a lot of normal turrets are set up as obstacles, but since we can go fast enough that the turrets can damage us, we can just completely avoid the obstacle and get straight to the ending there here.
And you see them strafe around that corner there. It's just good air movement from them. And then they activate the dialogue from where they were standing, but they're safe from turrets, so they just play it safe. AJ just taunting that turret, making sure he knows who's boss.
That's a bug we're going to see later in the game. At the last level, when the turret is changing targets, it takes a sizable amount of time to switch targets, so you can abuse that to get by them.
Coming up here is the last chamber of course 3. It's called bridge testing. I think Daniel can explain this one for us. It's quite loaded.
All right, yeah, this is a lot going on. So the runners are going to start by sort of just hopping around the map a little bit. They're going to get into a position where AJ is going to make Betts runner stand on top of a fizzler, and he's going to shoot from behind the fizzler here. He's going to shoot a portal for Betts to walk through, which is going to give Betts the opportunity to land up on that pillar. He's going to grab the cube in the air. He's going to make his way into this room solo, open the door. AJ's going to hit the button that activates the bridge for him. He's going to use that bridge, and he's going to hop to the end of the level, put the disc in, and we are done with course 3.
Oh.
There he
Nice
goes.
recovery.
Right. So we got a little bit of time for donations.
Perfect. Hazmax sends us $100 with a Portal Food haiku. Vengeful potato, incendiary lemons, the cake is a lie. Thank you. We've also got $25 from Bear Child. Says, I hope this donating gets to Doctors Without Borders through the fastest portal available.
Did you guys write that down? Yeah, those become important later. That's in the test.
Yeah, can someone flip that? We might need it.
Very important numbers.
All right. Coming up here, we're going to go back to the hub for a quick detour where we're actually going to jump up randomly to hit an invisible trigger and then jump right into the course. This course is called Excursion Funnels. It introduces the Excursion Funnel. Really good naming there. But this actually is a gateway to one of the most broken glitches in the game. I don't know if Daniel would like to explain the crouch fly glitch.
You know what? I'll let you take this one away. I don't want this hot potato of a glitch.
So, these excursion funnels, this blue tractor beam here, when a player stands in it, they actually get a zero gravity state. And the game has a variable that keeps track of how many funnels you are in. If it is 1 or more, you get 0 gravity, and if it's 0, you get normal gravity, so you're a loser. Unfortunately, our runners don't like to be losers, so by crouching in a funnel, the game will actually increment that variable. The game will think you're in 2 funnels, even though you're only in 1 funnel. What's this mean? This means when you leave the funnel, the game still thinks you're in 1 funnel. 2 minus 1 is 1. Yep, that works out. So it turns out the game still thinks we should have 0 gravity, and as a result, we're able to just fly straight to the end of the level. This is used a lot in later, well, it's used a lot more in single player because you can preserve it between levels. In co-op, we do not have that luxury, but it's still used in a lot of levels where just the goal is to get to the ending door. In chambers like this, where we have to block a laser with a sphere, we're gonna actually have to solve the chamber normally despite having access to a funnel. But a lot of chambers where the goal is just get to the end, that excursion funnel crouch fly glitch is crucial because we can basically skip almost all obstacles in our path.
AJ's gonna win the taunt battle there.
We do promise it's not no clip.
Yeah, it's one of the most common misconceptions about Portal 2 related runs is that that is no clip. It is not no clip, and it's just sort of a hot pile of us trying to understand what valve we're going for. We've had some recent.
Speaking of things,
we don't understand this glitch at all.
Yeah,
no one in the community can explain why this happens.
Yeah,
so, watch carefully. Maybe you'll be able to.
Your best bet with this one is to go ask for help on our Discord server, or just anticipate Betsrunner's upcoming co-op tutorial, or maybe check out our wiki. One of those options. But they're just gonna fly to the end. They're gonna just fly right to the end. It's not even worth trying to explain how that one works. Betsrunner loses the cube
2-1.
game.
2-1.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just threw the cube inside.
Yeah, not much to talk about.
That's great.
Well,
you know, this is just another.
Yeah, there will be
crouch fly
a
glitch.
quick crouch funnel glitch here. We're coming into one of the more notorious maps among co-op runners. This one is known as Cooperative Polarity. It is the 5th chamber of course 4 here. This chamber, it's actually pretty cool to solve casually, but if you're a beginner speedrunner, there's a funnel that you can just crouch fly with. But if you are a world record holder like our 2 runners here, you're going to be doing a bunny hop. And I don't want to flatter them too much, but it is a near perfect bunny hop. It is quite easy to mess up, so no pressure, but let's see what they can do.
It's easily the biggest gap that the runners have to hop in the game, either single player or cooperative. So AJ nails it. Best nails it. There they go.
First try.
Incredible.
We always do say, like, when we're in runs that no run's a real run until you get past co-op polarity. So that's a nice breather.
All right, AJ, do you want to explain what you guys are going to do real quick here on advanced polarity?
Funnel hop, actually.
Oh, man.
So good.
Funnel
Slipping
hop.
twice.
Dude, twice. Is somebody keeping track of a counter? Like
3 strikes and you're
everybody
out
in
there.
the chat has to donate every time I mess up a map name. Let's raise some money for charity.
Okay,
so this is,
the runners are going to crouch here, and then they're going to fly. Oh, they kind of
drop it.
meet up in the air there, but again, quite a simple chamber. Normally you have to do some nice funnel recursion puzzles, but flying is a lot easier.
True.
So on this next map, which is advanced polarity, I'm gonna jump and block Bets as he takes a faith plate, and he's gonna strafe over onto a wall that I will then hit off of him and fling up to the exit. and then funnel him up to the. It's very hard to follow, but hopefully you'll be able to.
They slap each other in the air twice. It's a lot of fun to watch. So
yeah, we hit each other.
Yep. A lot of.
It looks a lot like flying, so.
Yeah, there it goes. First try.
Yeah, basically that faith plate sends you very high in the air, and by hitting your cooperative partner, you'll cancel your horizontal component of that velocity, but you won't cancel the vertical component. So if we're able to set up our robots in very specific spots, we can set it up so that our vertical component sends us straight to the end of the level, which is quite convenient.
Yep. And then in this next map here, it's just another example of very thin walls and crouch fly. So Bets is going to be able to grab a cube through a wall while in crouch fly, assuming that AJ shoots a portal through that wall. So there's a tiny little seam at the edge of where the walls meet. AJ's going to aim for that, shoot through there, and then use this funnel to change the position of the cube so that Bets runner can grab it. And both runners... Oh, he didn't grab it. There he goes. All right, cool. Good job from those runners.
It can be a little finicky because there's a turret right next to it, and you know, if you'll probably accidentally grab the turret on your first try.
Yeah, it can be a little frustrating to grab the turret on it.
All right, now here we're coming up on the most complex level in the game. This is what me and Saipo is referred to as the 800 IQ level. So we're actually gonna need some quiet for AJ because it's like he has to do some like real big brain task.
Yeah. It's the hardest level for me.
Yeah, so we're just gonna stay quiet and let him figure this out, and then hopefully they will finish the level.
Based on whether he makes a jump or not, I need to invert my portals. And actually having to think of what portal you have to shoot is not something that speedrunners typically have to think to, because they usually just have a bunch of muscle memory for it. All right, we got it.
Good job. Got it. That's so clean.
Yep, so there's just a... Oh, you got it, Daniel.
Oh, yeah. Bets just yeets himself off the map there and shoots a portal that AJ will go through, and then he catches himself with a bridge. So assuming Bets didn't make that jump there, he would have to catch Bets with the funnel and then change which portal he's using for the funnel. It gets a little complicated, so... Oh. They almost got the trigger there.
Yeah. All right, coming up here really quickly, we're gonna have what looks like nothing's gonna happen at all. We're just gonna reload the level, but this is actually one of the bigger skips in this game. It's called the Hub 5 skip. This is when an actual story gets implemented in the plot. Normally, we're just robots solving test chambers, but now GLaDOS decided she's tired of us. She wants real humans, so we're gonna go to the human vault and rescue some humans for her to test with. After completing Curse 4 excursion funnels, GLaDOS will talk to us in the hub explaining that story before giving us access to mobility gels, the 5th and final course. But this only happens the first time we enter the hub after completing Course 4. So what our runners are going to do, or what they have already done, is they're going to simply reload the level, so then it will be their second time entering the level. As a result, the game thinks you've already heard the cutscene and it will not play it. This saves around 30 seconds, so...
And then the runners are just going to be using the different gels that you see in single player, the blue bouncy gel and the orange speed gel, which is not used very often, but it is used. Ironically, the speed gel is sort of the least used gel for the most part in runs. All right. And then maybe I'll have AJ explain how this next map works real quick.
Yeah, okay, so on this next map, there's a floor that is solid for players, but you can shoot through it. And we use that to place a portal where we send Jill through, and we can just bounce straight to the end.
Yep. It's a little confusing to watch. Yeah. But works very well. See, there's the portal. They've got the blue gel, and they can just strafe to the end. Very clean.
That jump is actually deceptively hard.
Yeah.
We make it look kind of easy, but there's a lot of
particularly because of that the speed cap I talked about earlier when you're in the air. So if you have over 300 speed and you're going in a direction that you don't like, you can just sort of fly off in that direction, and then you die because you're not going in the right direction. So they have to be very careful about how much speed they have there.
This one technically has world record potential, actually.
Wow.
Coming up on this next chamber bridge repulsion, you're going to see
they might break a world record.
Dive off the map in his dying breath to land on a support beam and shoot a portal into the next section. And just like that, by jumping off of a bridge, well timed, the runners can actually beat the second part of the chamber. So, really fast.
Oh.
It was Bets that dove off, by the way.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
It's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah.
They're both very diveable people.
Once you get to like a certain level, all the movement looks the same anyway. So.
Yeah. And then for wall repulsion, this map right here, they're gonna land on this light here on the level.
Since they're not at world record yet, I'm gonna go
finish the
use the restroom.
And then they're gonna shoot a portal at a very specific place here on the wall. And then they are going to strafe through this portal to the end of the
Nicely
level.
done.
Very nice.
Good job, guys.
Nice.
Those jumps are deceptively hard. I like to call this the closest like Portal 2 has like a KZ map. It's just some really clever jumps with some weird obstacles.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So Prop Crushers is coming up. Who wants to explain that? I can do it if nobody else does.
Go for it, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So AJ's going to hop off to the side here, and he's going to have to time grabbing this cube before it hits a fizzler. It's a pretty tight timing. And then Betts is going to set himself up some gel. Oh, AJ missed the cube there. Betts sets himself up some gel, and then he's going to do a tricky little strafe off the gel to get enough speed to clear the map. Okay. He just narrowly avoided a soft lock there. So very good from Betts. Then he's going to work his way down to the very floor of the map and shoot a portal for AJ. AJ has
stressful.
AJ's going to slap the button real quick and then shoot a portal for Betts to get to the end of the map with him. All right. It was a little bit of a stressful Prop Crushers, but no soft lock, so we're winning today.
Could have gone worse, could have gone better.
Yep.
Yeah, that was. I'm pretty happy with how that went.
And get your stopwatch ready because we only have 3 more chambers left. The run is coming to a close in a couple of minutes. This level, Turret Ninja has a very interested slanted portal boost. For some reason, when going through slanted portals, sometimes you'll gain a ton of momentum, as seen here on Betts' screen. We don't have the best understanding of that. All we know is that it's fast.
Yep. It's slanted portals, or slanted portal surfaces in Portal 2 just act weird. So, you know, if any Valve developers are listening and want to shoot us over some source code so we can figure that out, we'd appreciate it. Because we have no idea.
Retweet on that one.
Yep. So, prop retrieval coming up. This map is just a pain because the way that gel spreads in this game is random. So the runners can just get really bad gel and the level just becomes much slower. It looks like the gel spread they got here was basically
Pretty good.
perfect.
Yeah.
So they're pretty happy about that one. Dialogue started, so AJ's just going to run around, have a good time. Bet's going to try and save the cube. And then we're encroaching on the last map.
Oh, that's 3-1.
Yeah. And that's the game.
Yeah, that's the end of their cube throw game right there.
Yeah, no, you guys were here for the cube passing %, right? Not for the only courses. Yeah.
All right, well, I hope you guys have been enjoying your stay here as we blitz through Aperture Laboratories, but we're at our last level here. This level is called Vault Entrance. It features the Humans Vaults. Time will be after the robots do a rock, paper, scissors game, and the screen will fade to black. But for right now, we're going to do a cool little fling by standing on the edge of a glass pane. Betts here is going to do a long shot over the edge of the map, skipping one little waypoint here, and then AJ is going to come through and hit these 2 levers. Again, meant to be hit by 2 players, but AJ is basically 2 players. He's that good. And you're meant to get the blue gel here to make this bounce across to the vault. But with some really good strafing and bunny hopping, you can make it in one go. This is one of the harder tricks in the run, so getting it both first tries, incredible. Great job.
Time's going to be coming up in a second.
Yep, as soon as it fades to black here. All right, time.
Time.
All right, what's the final time?
In game time, we got a 26:50.
Okay.
That's insane.
That's, what is that, rank 3 on the leaderboard?
Yeah, rank 3. It's pretty
rank
good.
2. No, rank 2, I think.
Does that beat
Wait,
Zypus time?
26. What is Zypus time? AJ, you did it with him.
I think it's
What is
2640 something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rank 3.
Yeah, so all the top 3 times on the leaderboard, if we count this one, would be with AJ. Little fact there for you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the end of our run. AJ, do you want to send us off with some shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to Rainey for helping me practice. Shout out to Flaitzer for getting me into this category. Happy birthday to Lordy, whose birthday it is today, and anyone else in chat whose birthday also happens to be today. And shout out to Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, shout out to Birthday Game.
Oh, also, I would like to thank HC. He made the Twitch Prime Toucher for me at the start. And Rex, he imported the portal gun so I could have a nice Apothecant servant. So thank you both to them.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Games Done Quick has just started. If you guys are not aware, this is going on for basically the full week. As always, if you are interested in these speedruns, I can vouch. For Portal 2 at least, we have an incredibly welcoming community. You can just join any Discord server and show your interest, and people will love to help you. It truly is a great pastime, and it's awesome to do great work like this that goes towards charity. And I think from all four of us, we can say it's been an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let the science begin.
All right, that does it for our run.
Thank you so much, AJ, and thank you so much, Betts Runer, for that incredible Portal 2 co-op run. And thank you for the commentary, completely contextualizing what I just saw in a way that makes sense. The most important thing about any Portal run. Thank you so much. And thank you for the Portal speedrunning community. You guys have been incredible. I love you guys so much. Got a couple more donations in. Just so much love from everybody, all the Portal fans out there. Thank you so much. We have $25 from Cave Johnson once again. He says, when life makes you lemons, make lemonade. Let's all stay positive and do some science. That said, I would really appreciate if you could test as fast as possible. Thank you, GDQ and the Portal Runners, for supporting this cause. Thank you, Cave. I appreciate it. And we have one final Portal haiku tonight from $100 from Mark. Says, sunny day outside. Yesterday, I saw a deer. I am still alive. GLaDOS. All right, everybody. That is it for me for now. I'm going to catch y'all later in the week, but thank you, everybody, for coming out, smashing those incentives, getting us to very nearly $200,000. We're at $195 right now. This is insane. I'm at a loss for words. I'm going to send you over to a quick Twitch ad after these messages. I'll be leaving you in the good hands of Brutal Mellow. So do not touch that browser tab. SGDQ will be right back.
Okay. Hey, good evening, folks. My name is Brutal Mellow, and I will be your host for the foreseeable future. Now, before we really get into things here, can we get a GDQ clap in the chat for the lovely host Iggy Zig? And what about that great co-op run of Portal 2 by AJ and Bets Runner? All right, how about some donations? That's what we're all here for, right? Let's start off with a big one. We have $500 from BobBot, who says, incredible runs today with some of my favorite games of all time. We saved Siri, so can we abandon the grub? Right, guys? Thank you, BobBot. $500, wow. What about a $100 donation from Elo Chai, who says, thanks to all the runners and the whole crew behind SGDQ. You're awesome. No, Elo Chai, you're awesome. Ooh, we have an anonymous, actually no comment, but a $200 donation from Grub Dragon with no comment. Thank you. This one is really sweet. It's $25 from Biblio Pugga, who says, always love watching GDQ with my husband. And this year we get to watch with our newborn baby too. This is one tradition we will always look forward to. Thanks for all you do. No, you're breathtaking. We have $25 from Julian Lewis, who says, GDQ is awesome. Such awesome people doing awesome things for an awesome cause. It's awesome! Thanks, Julian Lewis. I just want to remind you guys that Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online is here to help with Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders, MSF, is an international medical humanitarian aid organization that works in over 70 countries around the world, providing life-saving medical humanitarian care and speaking about what they see in those areas. Their work aids people based solely on need, irrespective of race, religion, gender, or political affiliation. MSF is committed to safeguarding their patients' right to autonomy, confidentiality, and informed consent. 90% of their staff is national, meaning they live locally and are from the country that they work in. MSF relies mainly on the generosity of individual donors, with over 90% of MSF's income coming from private donors giving small amounts. We have a $20 donation from Best in Tamriel, who says, great job on all of the great runs and commentaries. Keep doing a great job, everybody. And this one goes to the Mario Kart 8 race bonus run. Ooh, that'll be fun. Hey guys, I just want to point out real quick, do you see that we're at $197,000? That means we're only $3,000 away from 200K. I haven't heard any haikus in a while now that I think about it. We have a $25 donation from Krendor who says, thanks to all you do, saving lives and saving the frames, one at a time. Thank you, Krendor. Yeah. All right, we also have a $5 donation from Lagger Knight who says, almost at 200K? Maybe it's time for that $5 train to leave the station. Yeah, I'd be down to see a $5 train right as the run starts. Speaking of the run, are you guys ready? Without holding you back any longer, let's see the Talos Principle by Azure.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Talos Principle by Azure. I'm Azure. This is the Talos Principle, one of the two directions. I'm not sure which way they've cropped me. Hope you're all having a fantastic evening and are ready to see this game get demolished in hopefully under 53 minutes, including the cat ending. Without further ado, I think we can just go ahead and get started. I do want to talk a little bit before I get started because the first 25 seconds of this run are actually some of the most intense gameplay that we've got. So the Talos Principle is as I mentioned in my interview, it is a philosophical puzzle game. It's based off of the engine of a fast-paced first-person shooter, which gives us a little bit of a strange mismatch. So we will be solving very few actual puzzles. We will instead be doing lots of platforming. This game is going to look a little bit more like Mirror's Edge than it is The Witness. So I guess with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Timing is going to start as soon as I clear the white screen in front of me, so I'll count that in. And as long as it's close enough, it should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Elohim's Garden.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you.
So, as I mentioned, the first 25 seconds of this run are some of the most intense platforming, so I'm going to go ahead and try to focus on that. Because once we have landed. There we go.
Fuck! I missed it. Anyway, did they get world record?
We have a run.
Probably
We
not.
don't have to reset. Perfect. So what I did there was I grabbed a
Anyway,
jammer.
I am done, chat. It's been 2 awesome hours of checking this stuff
Jammers
out.
are used to turn things off in the environment.
But I wanted to show you guys Games Done Quick. Now, feel free, head on over there.
Which I kind of sniped from across the planet.
I'm going to be here in the chat on Games Done Quick watching some more. You guys all have a good night, and I'll see you after I get off work tomorrow.